So this guy left a comment on one of my videos asking the following question. He says, my ex-girlfriend ended the relationship, and a month later, I made the poor choice to sleep with another girl, thinking it'll help me deal with the pain and rejection. She found out and was devastated. She questions if our love and time we spent was real. She then said goodbye. What do you think of this? So I want to address this because this is a question that guys also have feelings about when they break up with a girl and then they find out during the breakup that she hooked up with somebody else. And that brings up a lot of questions about what that time frame should be and is that okay and stuff like that. So we're going to answer that question. My name is HarryWilmington. I am a dating coach for introverted men. If you need more help, go to my website, introvertdatingsuccess.com. Check out my various programs and sign up for my freebie, the Girlfriend Roadmap Checklist. So let's get into this guy's question. So to start off with, the fact is she ended the relationship. And when that happens, usually as a guy, you have no way of knowing if that woman's going to want to eventually come back to you, if you're going to be able to do the right things that's going to allow her to see a change in you and want to go back with you. And by the way, I have a book on my website called 10 Steps to Get Your Ex Back, which you can get at the link in the description where it talks about that. But you don't have a way of knowing that, you know? She could have gone no contact. She could have stopped answering all your messages. Maybe she's not trying to hang out at the same places you guys hung out with because she doesn't want to run into you. Or she said she needs her space and time and to not, be in contact with her during that time. And so because she's the one that's initiating the breakup and is leaving you in the dark about these kind of things, there's a very good chance that that means you may never see her again, all right? And you should know that if you have that knowledge that there's a chance you may not see her, there's no telling like how long it should take you to feel like you're ready to get back out there. For some of you, if you dated her for like say 3 or 4 or 5 years, it might take you a year or two to get over her enough to be able to want to go out. But for some of you, if you have a healthy head on your head and you realize that in life sometimes things just don't work out and she's able to be able to go off and if she wants to dump you, she can because that's her right to do so, then you might say, hey, it didn't work out. She needs a better situation for her. That's fine. It is what it is. And you might not be so emotionally hurt that you can't move on to somebody in a quicker amount of time. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Like if you're a guy that's be able to be objective and say, she deserves what she wants for her happiness and so do I, then you might be able to, after a couple of weeks or a couple of months or whatever, go back out there and start talking to women. And some of those talkings tos might lead to hookups. And you know what? That's okay too. Why? Because you're not in a relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, anything you do with another person is not cheating on this other person. Now, does that now mean that because you were able to move on so quickly that you didn't feel strong things for this other person? Absolutely not. But again, if you're a guy that has a healthy head on their shoulders and they're able to realize that sometimes things just don't work out, it might take you less time to go through the emotional roller coaster of getting over somebody before you decide to hook up with somebody else. Now, to the second part, I don't know how your ex-girlfriend found out. Like, if you guys are still talking to each other, or maybe you guys are in the same friend circle, I know it can get back to you, or maybe she looked up on your page and you posted about it, which I don't think this guy did. But however she found out, however she wants to feel about that, whether she's hurt, devastated, thinks it means that the time you spent together doesn't mean anything, you know what? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Because she broke up with you, which means that the time she broke up with you, she was doing what was best for her, regardless of how you were going to feel about it. She didn't want to try to sit and talk and work it out. She didn't give you any indication that she was going to try to get back with you, or that you guys should try to, figure out at some point. She didn't say she just needed a break. It was a full, clean break up. Ended the relationship, done, gone. So if she decides to feel hurt that you weren't able to hold out for maybe 6 months to a year before you hooked up with somebody else, guess what? That's on her. That's her ego. That's her coming to the realization that her crap does stink and that she didn't have as much of a hold on you as she anticipated that she would. All right. And some women, when they break up with you, they'll still be checking in to see how devastated you are, if you're still talking about them, because it's a good ego boost. It's an ego boost to think Like, oh my God, I affected this guy's life so much that he secretly can't live without me and is going to probably be pining for me. So when you cut off that fantasy, it's going to hurt their feelings. And when they come to you and say, hey, you hooked up with somebody else and how could you do this? You must not have felt the same way. My response would have been like, but we're broken up. So I had very strong feelings for you when we were dating, but then you came along and said, you don't want to do this anymore. And I was devastated at the moment, but you know what? We're both adults here. If you decide I'm not for you, that's fine. I can decide on my own time frame when I'm ready to move on from those feelings, and you have no say over it. And what's she going to do? She can't say something. But I think guys are so used to being able to be made to feel guilty for decisions that they make that's good for them, regardless of if it's going to hurt another person's feelings or not. That's not even in the picture anymore. So like this girl coming back and saying, oh my God, I'm so devastated and goodbye forever. She was already gone. So she's just trying to come back basically to say, hey, you weren't giving me the ego boost that I needed because you were able to move on to somebody else and my ego's hurt by that. And I want you to know so you'll feel bad about it. And guy, you did nothing wrong. Like the girl dumped you. You did what you thought you needed to do to move on. It didn't work. But the point is, whether it worked or not, you didn't make a bad choice. Like, again, you were not cheating on this person because she was out of the picture. And you can't let women hold your moves and the things you want to do hostage because even though she broke up with you, she's trying to say you still should feel a kind of way about me and you need time to sit there and think about it. And then also what you don't understand is that she could very well be berating you for being able to hook up with somebody else, and she could have been doing the same thing and just not told you. Like there are plenty of women out there that will make moves behind a guy's back and then be hypocritical and complain to him that he's doing the same moves but not letting him know that she's doing those same things. So ultimately, guy, it's a breakup. You did the moves you wanted to do, and you're perfectly right and fine to do that, and you should not feel bad about it. Don't let this woman make you feel bad about it because she's probably off to the side doing some stuff or talking to people or, you know, having guys hit her up in the DMs and not telling you about it. Like she's probably had other offers since you, and she might have taken some of those or not. The point is she's not going to tell you the truth about if she is or not. All she's going to do is try to make you feel guilty for doing what you needed to do to start the process of moving on. And even if you hooked up with somebody and that wasn't the person you ended up dating next, it doesn't matter. You could be a playboy out here for all you want to because it's none of her business and she's not with you. So all I'm saying is this, don't let her manipulate you into feeling bad about something when she's the one that got rid of you. All right? Be a man, stand up for yourself. And if she's coming at you, either ignore her or say, chick, you're out of the picture. So let's try to be my girlfriend again. You can't tell me what to do or how to feel. Very simple. So that's all I got for today, guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts about this in the comments below. What time frame do you feel should be there when a breakup happens? And I'm going to do a deeper show about that later because I have another guy that commented in my comments earlier with a question, wanted me to go more in depth about this particular subject. So I'll get into that in a later video. For the meantime, guys, if you need more help, go to introvertdatingsuccess.com. You can sign up for coaching. You can go there to check out some of my awesome ebooks and products. Right now, I have a book that's there called Texting Like a Boss, which is apparently very, very popular with you guys. So it's all about the ins and outs of how to text the right way. And you can sign up for my freebie, the Girlfriend Roadmap Checklist, which gives you a 10-point step list on what you need to be doing during the 3 months of dating to be able to go from meeting and greeting her to landing in a relationship. Again, it's a freebie you can get at introvertdatingsuccess.com. Like this channel, subscribe to this video. Got that backwards. Subscribe to this channel and like this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
You need to call her on her cell phone.